Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater. And this is a video that's not going to probably win me a lot of friends, but I think a lot of you out there are kind of feeling the way that I'm feeling. So, Avengers Endgame has run me through this absolute gamut of emotions, right? Like I was kind of nervous going into seeing it on Thursday night. I was super excited, but I kind of nervous about where it was going to go. And then it happened and the movie drained me emotionally, mentally. It just drained me to my core. I was dead to the world on Friday. I didn't even upload anything on this channel. I just couldn't think of anything else other than the movie. And then I started piecing together my thoughts, and I did a video talking about the plot holes, which there were a lot more that I didn't talk about that you guys definitely reminded me of. And I see a lot of comments. I see a lot of people commenting on the movie, and that the script was kind of lazy, and that the script really just took a lot of liberties, and it really just kind of didn't do a lot at the end of it to make people go, wow, that was really well written. Infinity War was a better movie. That felt like there was more on the line. And you know what? That's true. But I don't fault the screenwriters or Kevin Feige or the Russo bros in any capacity. They were finishing up 11 years of storytelling in this 3 hour behemoth of a film. They're not going to get everything right. That's one of the reasons why I said that this movie was as perfect as it could be, because it is. It really is as perfect as it could be. And I don't fault it at all. But it got me thinking about the future. It got me thinking about the future of the MCU, where things are going to go, the acquisition of the Fox characters, the inclusion of Spider-Man universe if they continue that deal, which I think based upon the $1.2 billion in the first couple days, and the what's probably going to be the success of Spider-Man Far From Home, Sony definitely is going to keep themselves working within this particular universe because it just seems to be the most financially viable. But I have concerns, and my concerns is kind of harkens back to a video that I did a few weeks ago discussing Star Wars fatigue, right? People who are saying, oh, Star Wars fatigue is a thing. And I disagreed with that fact. I disagree with Star Wars fatigue being a thing, ultimately because we didn't have enough movies or properties to really kind of fatigue us. There was, a couple TV shows, there was a couple movies over the span of a few years, but really nothing like the Marvel game that we have to watch, right? You've got 22 feature films. You've got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, Cloak and Dagger, The Runaways, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Defenders, Punisher, right? Those are shows. You've got the Howard the Duck show coming. You've got all the shows coming to Disney Plus. Never mind the fact, like I just mentioned, the acquisition of all the Fox characters, and the fact that even Spider-Man Far From Home opens up early July. So just 2 months from now, we're going to be getting another Spider-Man movie, even though just 6 weeks ago we got Captain Marvel. So there's a lot that's happening in regards to Marvel, and there's a lot that I think is going to push towards burnout. And I'm not saying like oh, I'm done with Marvel. I'm not, but I sit there and I think about Spider-Man. I think about Spider-Man coming up in a couple weeks, and I'm having trouble caring. I'm having trouble caring, and it might just be that I'm still coming off of the exhaustion that movie put me through, feeling the way that I'm feeling. But when reading the comments of a lot of the last videos, I get a lot of people saying to me, yeah, I'm done with it after this. I'm done with Marvel after this movie. There's no reason to go forward. Now, a lot of their comments have a lot to do with Brie Larson and her inclusion and everything else, and I'm not even worried about that. I'm like, look, I get it. She's kind of a downer, but hopefully they'll fix it and they'll make it better. But what I'm talking about here is the concept of the cinematic universe, the experiment that over the span of 22 movies in 11 years and multiple TV series, that we've kind of hit this wall. At least I've hit this wall. And I don't like that feeling, because I'm always excited for something that's Marvel related, even with the complications from, Ike Perlmutter and Kevin Feige, and the splitting between Marvel TV and Marvel Studios, and how that whole interconnected universe is ultimately kind of, but now they're in a position with Disney Plus to make it better, to make it work. And again, it's this whole thing. Plus, again, the Fox characters and everything else, and Deadpool, and it might be too much. It might be too much. 2 movies a year doesn't feel like it's that big of a deal, right? One every 6 months, cool beans. But then adding on the TV shows, And the TV shows are going to be limited event series that are going to be 6 to 8 episodes, maybe 10 episodes long, which is fine, spanned out over some weeks so you can kind of take your time with it. But we live in a bingeable culture where people are just going to wait for it all to finish and then binge the whole thing. You know, that's one of the things that Netflix has kind of done to our society, and it's done to our society for a multitude of reasons. And I could talk about that in another video, but I am starting to think that MCU fatigue is a thing, because at this point after Endgame, I don't want to watch another Marvel thing for a while. I mean, I do want to go see Endgame again, maybe with someone who hadn't seen it, but like, but at the same time, I don't. Like, I'm okay with waiting until it comes out on home video to be able to see it again, to give myself time to process what I saw. And maybe I'm just too emotionally invested into this thing, and that's entirely a possibility. I want you guys to realize that it's entirely a possibility that I am too emotionally invested into these stories, that I'm building it up even more so than it is. But I'm not the only person that's come out of Endgame saying that they're exhausted, that their mind is gone, their brain is sludge. I'm not the only person that's watched that 3-hour film and walked away going, I'm kind of good. And that's something that a lot of people out there, I don't think we're ever going to find themselves saying. Not since the opening of Iron Man, 11 years ago. No one thought they would ever say that. But I think the release schedule that Feige's going for now, this whatever they've put out there the last couple of years, might just be too much. These movies are event films. And we've had 2 events in the past 6 weeks. And in another 8 weeks, we get another event. Sure, not going to be as big as this one. But it's still big. It's still a thing. And then from Spider-Man to May of next year, there's nothing. So over the span of 10 months, there's not going to be anything. And at that time, I am like, look, push Spider-Man to May of next year. Drop it to May of next year. You don't have anything lined up for the opening of May. Guardians 3 isn't in production right now. So just push Spider-Man to that. You'll make more money, I think. I really do feel you're going to make more money. I feel that Spider-Man Far From Home is going to be a little bit like Ant-Man and the Wasp last summer, where it's going to do okay, but it's not going to do as well as it could, because I think the impact from Endgame is very much going to weigh on a lot of people. Plus the plot hole concerning Spider-Man and him going back to, look, they better explain that well enough, or else it's really going to piss people off, and they're really going to run the risk of screwing things. Honestly, doing time travel in Endgame, I think really is what caused a big amount of the problem. It was so many logical fallacies, so many problems. Where are they going to go in the future with it? It's a perfectly jumbled mess in some regards. And I know it might come across like I'm crapping on the movie. I'm not. I love the movie. It's just, I think MCU fatigue is a thing. And maybe I just need to vocalize my thoughts and my opinions and put it out there. But here's the thing. I hope you guys are feeling, similar to me. I'm wondering if you guys are feeling similar to me. I hope I'm not alone in this, because then I feel like there's something fundamentally broken about me in that regard. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Do you feel that the MCU fatigue is real? Is it not real? Are you excited for Far From Home? Do you care anymore? Is it all, do you think, in my head? I am legitimately curious to your thoughts and your opinions. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.